Hello everyone. I'm starting with a little sketchbook page this week. I've got out some pretty mucky watercolours there. It's a very old palette. And I get started and think, why am I using the sketchbook when this would be much better on a piece of watercolour paper or in a watercolour sketchbook? But remembering that everything is experimental, everything can be run again, you can go again. What I do on this page might indicate better things to do on a piece of watercolour paper. I get up here because I'm so paranoid with my bad filming last week that I'm checking the camera position. I haven't put any water on the paper, so I'm going in with a wet brush. I wouldn't say this is terribly watery, this first application. And I just forget how clever watercolours are, the effects that you can get. You can't see the water here, but I dip my watercolour pencils. These are Caran d'Ache Supracolour watercolour pencils. I'm just putting the tip into water. Putting them in the water really strengthens the pigment, and I quite like that effect. They run really nicely, they're very smooth, you can put them on their side. You could spray your paper and then go into that. I strengthen in some of those little sections with an orange. I decide to go in with the small tubes of watercolour because if I'm really lucky, I can occasionally stretch the watercolour paint from the tube with a pencil and it somehow goes like string. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if it's normal. I don't know if it's because those tubes are old, but I just love I just like stretching the paint when I can. Hi everyone, welcome to this week. I've come up from the house, having jammed the printer. I thought I'd try and print out a few variations of the pineapple, but no. And then I thought, just go to the cabin. My initial thinking was I could strengthen in the original pineapple, and then I thought, no, don't do that. Leave this as is. And I've dug out a 14 by 10 canvas board. I'll see if I've got a couple of others actually, and have a little dabble at painting some more pineapples. I got carried away looking at the figs in the supermarket and forgot to see if there was a pineapple to buy this morning, which would have been the useful thing to do. But I can use the material that I've got, and because I've been doing so many of them, I can definitely make a good start. Looking at the Cornwall wall, let me turn the camera so you can see. So looking at the wall, I really am reluctant to touch these. So I think what I'll do is for a while move them out of harm's way. I'm happy here. I've just got to do a bit on that, and maybe the best thing to do would be to move this whole section down. And this, I've talked about getting something going of a figure on here. I have an attachment to this painting, probably because it's green, that's no surprise. But I do like the idea of doing a few pineapples. I think the first thing to do on here is actually take a pen and try and get a sense of the figure. I almost don't mind if it has a small head. I quite like playing with distorting the proportion of things. I can I'll take a black Posca pen, I think, and see if I can just get something of a shape. I've dug out a couple of black Posca pens. I think they're both pretty dried out. So, what's the feeling then? So if I said the head went in here, block those off. That was a green I mixed so long ago. This is a sap green. Okay. Sap green is darker than the sap. Yeah, it's not that green. Let's put the tiniest bit of black. We'll take it down, but it's not that green. So I don't dislike that on there. Oh, that's black. Maybe a little collection of, maybe some figures. Maybe let's do something with the figures. I'll take a photo of that. I'll take a photo of it, print it and play around with it. Maybe play around in sketchbook and maybe not go too much further before I've given it a bit of thought. Yes. A little collection of figures as a distraction from Cornwall, and then just play in between. So I'm just mixing, this is a sap green and process yellow. And again, I don't like to overmix too much. I'm just going to see what I can do with this palette tool, palette knife. That'll make a start, and then take that Posca pen. My thinking is go in dark here, go in, when that's dry, go in lighter and then cut through maybe. And on here, I didn't bring that lovely new orange in, so I could mix. Let's mix. Let me just get all of that. I'll mix an orange. This cadmium red light is orange to the orange warm side to me anyway. This is making me think of stripy toothpaste. I'll let that dry. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I've gone all out crazy mad and just used a mix of colours, things that literally were laying here. Burnt sienna, a pale olive, the yellow, an orange, a white, and I've just smudged paint. And what I'm thinking I'd like to do, alongside the pineapple, I dashed down to the house because I got so excited at this figure painting. I picked up, this is 2019, an old Harper's Bazaar, and there are some really good figures that I'd like to have a go. I'm feeling that I want to paint some figures in mad proportions. Yeah, just taking a bit of inspiration from a magazine that's been chopped up for some silhouettes. That's what I'm trying to do, thinking of silhouettes. Something about that made me feel all Toulouse-Lautrec. I've pulled out a few images that I absolutely adore. Just such an unusual silhouette, and she's a bit small, but I can grow that. I love this. I particularly love this page and this shot. So I've kind of gone in very, very loosely with really thick paint to try and get myself the suggestion of a puffer, of this puffer jacket. And then I'm going to have to somehow, I've got to get a tiny bit of the face and hair peeking out. But I'm so pleased with this that I'm just going to let that, I'm going to build up and build up around to see if I can get some shapes going, get some kind of abstraction. And colours at the moment, I haven't got a clue. So I've got some thick stuff down that will be a nice base. Pineapple's drying up there nicely. I like the fresh nature of that. We will see. We will see. There is a reason, clearly, that I hoard old magazines. I just love a wacky silhouette. Well, I slept on the figure idea and went through a few books this morning. Andre Duran, Portrait of an Unknown Man Reading a Newspaper. I have taken a photograph, so I'll drop that in. Not what you'd call an abstract ground at all, but proportionally wacky. I like him enormously. What I've done, I've turned my Cornwall board around and I'll just pin. What did I do with the pins? Right, meantime, I've got a bit of trusty blue tack. I prefer the pins. because this blue tack is tears. I've only got a short time before I've got to dash off in here, so even if I can get a little bit of progress, that's a good feeling. I think what I'll do is just white this little area where I've got to get a bit of face in. Obviously not that much, but that will give me room, hopefully. The birds are really singing sweetly this morning. We've had quite a bit of a downpour and the sun's trying to come through. I've been collecting up brushes. I have got my depth of colour, my mid-tone, and I'm going to put something light on the top of this pineapple this morning. That's my thinking. I put this ground down. I'm not sure about that sort of lemony colour, but I can live with that for a while. I am absolutely thrilled with this. So, white or light lemon yellow. I've got lemon yellow. I love that. I love that. So she does contrast in the brightness, the liveliness of her jacket does contrast up because of some of the murky area, but I'm not feeling it. I think I want something brighter here. I've got some of this lemon left over. I am going to leave Puffer Girl where she is. I think the tendency I have, if I try to spend too much time on something that is abstracted, I try to start building a picture, a non-abstract picture. So I think little by little by little and see how they go. But I quite like what I've got with her. They are great fun. So I need, for next week, hopefully I'll get some ideas in my sketchbook, some figures, and see if I can expand on that. It's very exciting to have a fresh route, if you like, a fresh approach to some painting. For me, it's a good thing to keep things mixed up. I know it's not for everyone. We're all individual, and all I'm trying to share is what works for me and connect with anyone that feels the way or works in a similar way. We all have a different approach, and you need to celebrate your own individual approach to painting, to anything in life. Praying no technical issues crop up this week. Thank you so much to everyone who tried to alert me that only 8 minutes of the video were there. I was unaware until about lunchtime, and then oh no, what a nightmare. It took me a while, but the whole thing I did eventually upload. So apologies for that, but thank you. You guys are so kind. So hopefully I will get this video uploaded the whole thing. I will double check and triple check this time. Have a great week. Enjoy what you're doing, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.